You know that feeling in those quiet moments, maybe late at night, when you feel like you're just caught in a race you can't win? A race against the clock, against this mountain of responsibilities? Well, today, we're going to get to the heart of that feeling. And what you're going to discover is that the key to mastering our stress and our time, it isn't out there somewhere. It's deep within us, in this incredible connection between our brain, our body, and our behavior. So let's just start with the question that I think so many of us are asking, right? You're doing everything you're supposed to. You're ticking all the boxes. You're meeting your deadlines. You're playing your part. So why on earth does life still feel like this nonstop frantic rush? It's more than just frustrating. It can feel like you're doing something wrong.
And let's be honest, the effort is real. You are putting in the long hours, both at work and long after you get home. You push, you sacrifice. You really believe that all this hard work is the price you have to pay.
You're basically the center of your universe, aren't you? Juggling family, finances, your own dreams. You're that steady hand trying to keep all of it in balance, just holding it all together.
And on top of all that physical work, there's the invisible work, that emotional labor of trying to stay positive, being the calm one, telling everyone and yourself that it's all going to be okay. And yet, after all of that, this is the reality for so many. The stress doesn't feel like a visitor anymore. It feels like it's moved in for good. Time is this resource that's just constantly slipping through your fingers. And even when you do get a quiet moment, your mind just refuses to switch off. If this sounds familiar, I just want you to know you are definitely not alone in this.
Okay, so what if the problem isn't your schedule? What if it's not about your effort at all? What if we've been trying to solve the wrong problem this whole time? See, the real root cause is, well, it's probably not what you think, and getting it requires a completely new way of looking at things. And here it is. This is the idea that changes everything. This is not a time problem. It's a human performance problem. The issue isn't the clock on the wall. The issue is the internal operating system we're all running on, and whether it's actually equipped to handle the pressure of modern life. So what do I mean by human performance? It's this beautiful, interconnected system. Just think of it like a constant conversation happening inside you. You've got your brain, that's the processor, you have your body, that's the engine feeling every single thing, and you have your behavior, your actions and reactions. When this system is out of sync, life feels like chaos. But when they're in harmony, that's when you feel in control. So these are the real culprits. It's not a lack of willpower. We're struggling because our brains are completely overloaded, our bodies are exhausted, and our behavior has become just reactive. And maybe most importantly, no one ever really taught us how to manage our own internal responses to all this pressure. This is exactly why another productivity app or some motivational quote just isn't going to cut it. The solution has to go deeper. It's about installing a new operating system for yourself. It's about intentionally training the very system that experiences your life, your brain, your body, and all those habits you've built over the years. So, how do we do that? How do we build this new system? Well, it starts with a simple framework we call the competency model. It's built on 3 pillars. First, you need knowledge. You have to understand how stress actually works in your body. Second, you need skills, practical tools to help you regulate and focus. And finally, attitude. Learning to cultivate a mindset of calm, of healthy boundaries, and real control. And this is where the magic happens, where we put that competency into practice. We apply these new abilities to the 3 parts of our system. For the brain, it means learning how to regulate our nervous system for emotional balance. For the body, it's about a huge shift from managing time to managing our energy. And for our behavior, it's about consciously building habits that actually sustain us, instead of draining us. So what does this journey actually feel like? It's really a conscious decision to move away from that constant state of chaos and move towards a life of clarity. It's about learning to be the calm, steady center of your own world, no matter what kind of storm is raging around you. And the changes you'll feel are so real and tangible. Just imagine this, thinking clearly on your busiest days, making calm, wise decisions instead of just reacting. Finding that deep focus and less time, feeling that constant buzz of anxiety finally start to quiet down. This is all about getting back that feeling of being in the driver's seat of your own life. This is what it feels like to have a trained, regulated system. Now, this is really important. This is not some generic one-size-fits-all approach that's been copy-pasted from somewhere else. No, this has been designed from the ground up with a deep, real understanding of the unique pressures of modern Indian life, from our demanding work cultures to our wonderful and sometimes challenging family dynamics.
This is for you, the working professional, who is juggling high-stakes projects, navigating those long commutes, and feeling that deep, bone-tired fatigue that goes way beyond just being tired.
And it's for our homemakers and caregivers. Your incredible contribution is so often invisible, but your stress is so profoundly real. You're the one managing the emotional temperature of the whole family, and you often have no time or energy left for yourself.
And finally, this is for anyone who just knows deep down that there has to be a better way to live and work. For you who are ready to move beyond just surviving day to day and are really seeking that path to calm, lasting success and a true sense of inner mastery. So, if any of this has struck a chord with you in your mind or in your heart, please consider this a warm and gentle invitation to begin. That first step, it's not just important, it's everything. And let me be perfectly clear. This is not about trying to cram more into your day. It is the exact opposite. It's about creating the internal space and clarity to do what truly matters and having the wisdom to let the rest go.
I want to leave you with a thought that is, well, it's powerful. And it's very real. Stress, when we leave it unmanaged, it eventually shows up as illness in our bodies. And time, when it's left unmanaged, eventually becomes regret in our hearts. So the stakes for our health and for our happiness are incredibly high. But here's the hopeful truth. Our response to stress can be trained. Our relationship with time can be completely transformed. That internal system of ours can be mastered. This is all about taking back gentle, conscious control. Because when you master your stress and you master your time, you truly begin to master your life. If you feel like you're ready to explore this a bit more, here is how you can begin that journey with us. I really hope our time together has given you some clarity, and even more than that, a renewed sense of possibility for a calmer, more centered life ahead. Thank you for listening.